Okay, first, before my opinions, the facts. The producers or creators of Fresh Off the Boat, Courtney Kang, Jake Kasdan, and Melvin Ma, sounds like a fruit, for 20th Century Fox Television, doing a reboot of Doogie Howser MD. It's going to star a 16-year-old half Asian girl. It's based in Hawaii. It's called Doogie Kameāloha MD. So now, first off, I don't have any issues with race swapping or gender swapping the character, but the overall idea I've got some opinions of. Hello, Steve White, Steve White's 89. Doogie Howser. I'm getting sick of reboots. I don't understand this. I don't understand. It seems like such a easy step to just go to. Let's do an update, a continuance of Doogie Howser, and there's two ways to do it. One, which some people suggested, you have Doogie Howser now being a parent of a genius daughter, and you can, if you want to be woke, you can have maybe he'd be happy to play his character as gay, and he's a gay father, and they've adopted an Asian daughter, and she's now a genius working as a doctor or whatever, and then you'd be able to have that sort of aspect of the new girl with her stories, and then you'd sort of be able to reminisce with the older actor sort of saying to her, well, this was my experience, this is how I got through this, and him trying to help her get through this, because they'd be going through the same experiences. That could work. Another idea is you could have Doogie Howser being a doctor in the hospital that she's working at, same character basically, a young Asian or half Asian girl who's a genius and working as a doctor, and he could be trying to guide her and be like a mentor. So there are so many ways they could have done this where it was a continuation of Doogie Howser that wasn't just Doogie in license and name and brand recognition only, because that's all this is. They just are using the name of the character, the name of the show for brand recognition, and that's it. They just want to use the popularity of the old show to do a new show, because obviously they don't think they could just create an original show on their own and have it actually be successful. So they're going to use this other show that has an audience, that has a legacy, that has sentimentality and nostalgia and everything. They're going to try and use all that, disrespect it, exploit it, rather than just utilize it. I just don't understand how do they not do the most obvious, right, smart, popular thing, which would be to show Doogie Howser now as an adult in some way in the life of this young girl, and you get the same show basically where you have a young person dealing with, and I never watched the original show. I think I saw one episode. I didn't like I shouldn't say this because I'm gay and he's like an icon, but I never really liked Neil Patrick Harris. I never watched the show. I'd never watched How I Met Your Mother. The only thing I ever enjoyed seeing him in was Harold and Kumar's Christmas thing, and that's it. So I'm bad. I'm a bad gay. I should be supporting him. Blah blah. But I don't like him. I wouldn't watch the show anyway. So I don't have any dogs in this fight. But it just makes no sense to me. You've got this popular, recognizable, iconic actor and this legendary, apparently, show that everyone loved back in the day. I think it ran from 89 to 93, which 4 years isn't that long, but I guess it's based on a kid. Obviously, he didn't stay a kid that long, so they couldn't do it for that long, because then, it doesn't work anymore once he's an adult. So it probably would have kept going. Probably wasn't a ratings reason why it was. I don't know, I should just research this. But yeah, I just don't understand. I mean, I do understand. I know it's all about Hollywood executives trying to use recognizable brands and licensing without paying the original actors, creators, or anyone, because they're not using any of the original elements. They're not using Doogie the character or any of the other characters or anything. They're just using the name, which they just buy. They license the name, like CBS licenses the Star Trek name, the title. They use that for recognition and try and exploit that, and then create a show that has nothing to do with the original show, nothing about the original show, just to try and get audiences to try and manipulate people into watching a show they would never have probably even looked at. I'm just sick of it. They've done it with everything, and it just ruins the show. It ruins the name. It ruins the show for old fans because it just disrespects and waters it down basically, and it doesn't give new audiences anything really to enjoy. Because I mean, who wants secondhand clothes? Who wants a secondhand show, like a secondhand idea, something that's already been done and has already been out there and been used, and just nothing about it works. It doesn't make any sense to me. I'm like, why couldn't they have just followed up with a show that had him as an adult somewhere in the show, and then they could have the same girl character going through the exact same experience, but it would be a valid show. This is just, I'm just getting so sick of it, and I'm not watching these reboots, and I don't think a lot of people are. That's why they're not lasting. I just wish they would just pay that extra money to pay the original creators to use the original designs, looks, characters for these shows, and do proper quality reboots that old fans and new fans can enjoy, and the shows will enjoy success because they will have these elements coming in that are going to help it. Old fans, new fans, the original elements, new elements, instead of just having like a title and exploitation. I don't know. I just had to say something about it because it just seems so bizarre and so obvious to me. There's no way nobody thought of doing what I've just thought of in 2 minutes. So clearly they decided not to do it because of licensing, money, all of those wrong reasons, not creative reasons. This is not a creative choice, I give up. Feel free to share, like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you think about the new Doogie and just the whole rebooting in general. I mean, there's a good way to do it and a bad way to do it, and they always pick the bad way every time, it seems. Holy